What's happening? I just got a couple things I want to share and get off my chest, and I'll end with an update as it relates to Councilwoman District 3, Helen Willis's parent/guardian accountability ordinance proposal. A couple things. I'm seeing a lot of folks, I'm not going to say shocked, but I guess surprisingly upset with the Lieutenant Governor's recent public comments as it relates to Delta. I mean, look, the governor and his lieutenant have been quite consistent over the years. All I got to say to that is I guess maybe we shouldn't have been giving the lieutenant governor a platform every day on Martin Luther King Jr. Day to come inside Ebenezer. I thought it was despicable every time he got a chance to speak because he's never been with the people. We got to stop emboldening these politicians, man. We got to stop giving them platforms, especially if they don't truly have the spirit of the people. As it relates to, I'm sorry. The Operation Break Bread was a success, man. And for everybody that came in support, salute to my right hand, Christopher Oates, who always has the back of the people when the time is right. So just wanted to get that tidbit out there. And, it's a shame that, we're dealing with our youth, and I cannot recall one event that has been city-led as it relates to the youth. And there's some good people that's in new government, but collectively, it's funny how, not even a led event, but better yet, I mean, they have been absent from both Operation Break Bread, with the mayor publicly stating that they would definitely support the next one, which was last Saturday. So, hopefully they'll get on board, especially if we're talking about punishing parents and dealing with our youth. How about let's punish some governments for their lack of? But I'll get to that in just a minute. I'm seeing proclamation after proclamation go out from the city of South Fulton. And some are going to disagree with this, and that's fine. See, I know how to disagree with those without being ignorant. But here's one for the city. I think a proclamation should go out to the People's Campaign. I'm willing to bet, which of course this is a hypothetical statement, but there would be no city of South Fulton without the work of the People's Campaign, primarily. But unless we're just handing out proclamations to hand them out, I really think that that should be one of the upcoming for the work that these people did. I mean, listen, I came on board at the tail end. These individuals were holding 2 town halls per week for a couple of months, educating the people on why this city should exist. And now that it's here, I think I saw Brother Harold Reed. What's up, Harold? I think I saw a couple of people that are on these council persons' boards, and that's the right thing to do. But I just mean as a whole, that group should be recognized. April 4th, Save Ourselves has its 4th annual, try to get that sun out the way, has its 4th annual legal clinic coming up. We need you to hit my Facebook page, hit Save Ourselves Facebook page. We need you to register. Listen, this is probably about maybe my 10th or so legal clinic, but just the fourth one up under Save Ourselves. That is April 4th. That is commemorating the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It'll be held at the same location that the Break Bread was, the Aviation Cultural Arts Center. Listen, man, I have seen people, hundreds of people, get their cases solved within that time that's allowed it for free consultation. I made a Facebook post, I think earlier yesterday, about down here on the South Side, Congressman David Scott and his reelection. Hey, listen, it ain't nothing personal, Congressman Scott. Just for years, I just hadn't seen you, and my colleagues hadn't seen you. Trying to give up their seat. But we continue to just put people in office who are around while the decline of our cities, of our areas, are on the rise. I just think it's time for some new blood. Many of us think that even some seats that are held by some very popular people out in the city of Atlanta area, it's just time for new blood. You know, again, April 4th, we need you to register for the free legal clinic. Excuse me. Excuse me, I know it might be a little unprofessional. I'm just getting there for my workout. I didn't even shave. I had to get this stuff off of my spirit. So the parent guardian accountability ordinance will have its first read today at the city council meeting. It will have its first read, which means it will be an announcement. It will be outlined in full. And then next city council, which is the 13th, it will be voted on. I want you to understand how serious this is. You know, I want you to understand when this proposal first was made public, it was extremely archaic. It was a $1,000 fine. It was a warning, a $1,000 fine, 30 days in jail. Now, you know, since then, Councilwoman Willis, who I have respect for, has altered the ordinance. She has reduced the fine from $1,000 to $100, but has still kept the up to 30 days in jail. For those who've been paying attention, there's been news coverages, there's been debates, and you know, there's an event coming Saturday from the Brothers of Let Us Make Man, which is a good thing. The only thing that is disheartening is the fact that others want to publicly take credit for this upcoming event. Listen, the good thing is that the event is happening. But if you think for one damn second, if it wasn't for all the hell that I've been raising, for the support that I've gotten from many of folks that's telling me, hey man, keep it going, from the support that I've gotten through backdoor conversations and private text messages of those that detest this ordinance, then you got another thing coming. But what's funny is, nearing the anniversary, which will be a month away from Nikki Bolden Day, right? A proclamation that was justly given in this city to a female that is nicknamed Boss Lady, from a female that had multiple businesses. And what's up, Papa Nick? Multiple businesses, one including a daycare where she gave discounts and sometimes free child care. So a city that honored a woman for that, then nearly come with an ordinance that will ultimately lock up parents. They say it's not, but in black and white, it will ultimately lock up parents. Now, recently they had a talking point about the diversion program by way of the solicitor's office. And what's up, LaDon Jones? I consider LaDon a friend, a comrade. But if you think for one damn second that diversion program is not sprinkled with the will of the people that have been expressing their outrage towards the initial ordinance, then you got another thing coming. That's a good program. Nobody's knocking that. It's a good program. But I've heard talking points such as, well, we know that the solicitor and her spirit is not pro-lockup. And I believe that. But here's the thing about legislation. Legislation needs to be drafted in the spirit of longevity, in the spirit of foresight. We don't know what the future holds for this solicitor, and we truly can't say what she will and will not do, even though I feel that if something came across her desk where it was lockup or help, that she would be the latter. But Ms. Jones is not going to always be the solicitor of South Fulton. We don't know what the future holds for Ms. Jones. So we can't base legislation on what one individual might do when we have the power of the pen to alter the system. Listen, y'all. I have consciously made a pivot to help the area that raised me. Some of these battles, man. Yo, I got some people hitting me up to me, man, Martin, man, why you so involved in this bickering, and why are you so, it's beneath you. Well, they don't understand the personal connectivity I have to it, because most of these people, most of them, are not even from here. They didn't go to elementary, middle, high school here. That's why I am so aggressively combating some of these individuals in this new city of South Fulton. To my folks, man, who care about Old National, Washington Road, Roosevelt Highway, this ordinance is coming for you. The same way we flooded the city council meetings when we were pumped up about that sister Nikki Bolden Day, you should be in here too. These people are drafting legislation that will affect you and your neighbors. Here's why I can speak with so much venom when it comes to this. Because if you're truly trying to help the people, like I suggested during the debate a while back, remove the fine and remove the jail time. Or remove the jail time. The councilwoman is unwilling to do that. So you got to ask yourself, why is that? Why is that? So if you can make it today, come on out today, express your concern. If you can't make it today, make sure you make it on the 13th, because that's when it will be voted on. But I want you to understand this. In addition to coming and voicing your opinion, contact your representative, contact your council individual, districts 1 through 7, because that's who the vote is by. This is not a vote by the people. This is a vote by 7 individuals. And there are some that I know that are on that council that are pro this ordinance. And listen, I want you to understand this. That's fine. But it is the minimization or the excluding of individuals like myself who have truly gotten the ball rolling on getting help for this city that is minus punishment of its citizens, that I have a problem with. If you got a different point of view or whatnot, listen, that's what makes this world spin. But it's the way that we have these disagreements. But I will never be pro-legislation that will punish the disenfranchised. I will never be pro-legislation when the damn city don't even have programs to help the youth and aid the youth, but they're steady ready to put their hammer down on households that have problems. What kind of shit is that? I mean, we sit around here and we laugh and joke and get nauseated to our stomach on a daily basis about this current administration and the rolling back of times that they're doing. But here we are in a 90% black population of 100,000 citizens. A black mayor, all black city council with 5 women. And for the record, I say that because these women are the mother of our black children, the mother of the earth. How do they do that? I heard things such as, this is nothing new. This kind of legislation exists. Well, I know I didn't vote folks in that seat, mayor and council, for lack of creativity. But since we like copying legislation so much, how about copying Atlanta with the decriminalization, or the illusion of, at least, the decriminalization of marijuana? Or how about copying the city of Atlanta when it comes to ending cash bail for nonviolent offenders? And they ain't ready to do that. I will say salute to the city of South Fulton for the fire department getting put in place. Steps. Police department to follow, and be good if we get Parks and Rec, something that can really be an extension for our youth, an outlet. Listen, man, I just had to get this off my chest. Times are too crucial. We got to set a foundation here on what we will and will not tolerate as citizens of South Fulton. Now, by no means does that mean excluding anything that we have to do as a community. Listen, I'm out here working. Plenty of folks I know out here working. Be more cohesive, South Fulton. Don't pass legislation that is soulless. Because if so, that speaks a lot about you. Know that this government is not their government. It is your government, people. You put them in office. You have the power. They will tell you that more people want this ordinance than not. But that's because they're only talking to a certain demographic. I need the South Side to rise up, man. They already talk about the South Side. They talk about you bad, man. Before some folks even knew years ago that I'm from College Park area, unincorporated, now of course South Fulton. Oh, they used to talk about us deplorable. I used to sit there and listen, let them fire away their little daggers, and then slap them across the face with some reality. Truth be told, the old National Highway is a very strong economic base for this city, and don't y'all forget that, but you got to let your voices be heard. It's targeting you. It's targeting us. I don't live off Old National, man, but I was raised off Old National. And I know plenty of you were. Old National, Roosevelt, Washington Road, Camp Creek even. Man, you got to stand up, let your voices be heard. You got to be active, and you got to combat this foolishness. Peace.